I'm Devi Daly, and we're going to do a yoga sequence for the neck, shoulders, and upper back. So you won't need any props for this, no special equipment, just a place on the floor to spread out a bit. And we'll start in a cross-legged position, sitting with your spine nice and tall. And if you need a cushion under your seat, a folded blanket or a pillow to help yourself sit up straight, then go ahead and pause the video and gather what you need. And closing the eyes here with your hands resting on your knees, with your heart lifted and with the crown of your head lifted up. And start to feel the breath and tune into your body, taking a few moments to sit still, to quiet the mind, to tune into the rhythm of your breath. Exhale completely now, and with your next 3 breaths, on the inhale, really expand into the chest so that it feels like you're lifting up through your collarbones, expanding the heart, expanding the whole rib cage. And the exhale, slowly exhaling through the nose. Again, inhaling, puffing up the chest, expanding. You might even feel the sides of the ribs expand and the back of the ribs behind your heart. And exhale. And now one more time. Good. And with your exhale this time, bring your chin down toward your chest. And lengthening, stretching the back of your neck. And now roll your left ear over toward your left shoulder. Take your left hand down onto the ground and let the right hand come behind your back, feeling the space here between your right shoulder and your right ear. Just letting the head hang. And now taking this right arm up and over so that you're stretching into the side of the waist, the side of the ribs. Breathing into this stretch in the side body. And go ahead and turn your palm up toward the ceiling and turn your gaze up toward the ceiling. And do the opposite. So turn your palm toward the ground, turn your chin toward the ground, your nose turning toward the ground. And take your right hand behind the head, behind the base of the skull. And now open it up, keeping the hand behind the head. And it's like you're pressing your skull into your hand, trying to find a back bend here against the resistance of your hand. And now with your exhale, take this elbow across, taking it toward your knee. So a little bit of a crunch here in the belly. And inhale, open it up and back. And exhale, elbow toward the knee. Inhale, open it up and back one more time. And the elbow comes toward the knee. And this time, release your hand down so that your right hand comes to the outside of your leg. And lift up your chest, lengthen the spine, pressing the back of your right hand against the outside of the knee, left hand behind you on the floor, and use that hand behind you to leverage yourself into this twist, turning your gaze back over your shoulder. And releasing, come back around to the front. Good, hands on the knees, lift your chin, lift your gaze, inhale, and exhaling, bring your chin down toward your chest and just round your back a little bit, rock back on your tailbone. And inhaling, lift up through the gaze, and exhale your chin down toward your chest. So same thing on the other side. Roll your right ear toward your shoulder as you take your right hand to the ground and take this left hand behind the back, finding this space between the left ear and the left shoulder. And now moving it into the side of the torso by taking the arm up and over and stretching into the side of the ribs, the side of the waist on your left side. And this hand that's on the floor is wherever it helps support your weight. You can have it farther out from the body if you need to. Turn your palm of your left hand up, turn your gaze up. And reversing that, bring your nose down toward the ground, turn the palm toward the ground. Stretching into the side of the body with these different rotations of the arms. We're going to now take this hand behind the head, and with the elbow lifting up and back, turn your gaze up. Inhale like you're trying to come into a back bend, into the head pressing into the hand, and now exhaling this left elbow toward the knee, opposite knee, and inhale, open it up and back, and exhale, bring it down. Inhale, open it up and back, last time. And exhale it down. Stay in this rounded, kind of twisted position as you take the left hand down to the ground on the outside of the knee. And now lengthen up through the spine, taking the right hand behind you on the floor, left hand to the outside of the knee, and twist the hand on the floor behind you, helping you as you look back over your right shoulder. Breathe. And releasing back around to the front. Hands on the knees, inhale, open the chest, lift the gaze, and exhaling, rounding chin toward the chest. And inhaling, lifting up the chest, lift your gaze. And as you exhale, just bending forward from the hips, and your hands can come before you. And now let your upper back soften, let your head soften down, coming into this nice, easy forward bend. And lifting up now, and making your way into a hands and knees position. And from this hands and knees position, with your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips, coming into a puppy stretch. So walk the hands just a few inches forward, 6 or 8 inches maybe, and then settle your chest down toward the ground. And your head and chest probably won't come all the way to the ground. For some people with really open shoulders, maybe they will come to the ground. But just for a moment here, stretching into the shoulders. And now go ahead and let the head, forehead rest on the ground. If you want to use a block under your head or any other kind of support, feel free. Breathe. Good. Coming up now, and keeping this left palm on the ground so that your left arm gets activated and your right arm threads through. So you're doing a mirror image of me. You should be reaching your right arm toward me and twisting toward me and turning it into a nice stretch for this outer right arm, as well as the side of the neck on the right side. And so you can find some space by bringing the head a little farther forward from the shoulder. Good. And now moving this into the rolling panda pose. So taking this left foot out to the side, and you can feel that it's easier to roll toward the back of your head now. This hand that's on the ground can stay on the ground, maybe a little bend in the elbows to help with your leverage and your balance. Or if you want to explore space up here, reach the arm up and back. Or perhaps wrap the arm behind the lower back, reach around to the opposite hip or thigh. Good, and releasing now to bring it back around to hands and knees. And inhaling here in hands and knees. And now as you come into it on the second side, before we do that, we're taking it into this puppy stretch. And this time, bend the elbows so your elbows come to the ground. Bend the hands, bend the elbows, and bring the hands behind the head, down the upper back. So this gets a little more into the triceps, a little more into the armpit area, where a lot of our repetitive strain issues can be centered. And you can pull back with your sitting bones if it feels good. Great, and now bring the hands back to the ground, and your right hand this time pressing into the ground, the palm as your right elbow lifts up off the ground, and then your left arm threads underneath for a thread the needle pose. Turn the head. The left side of the neck is lengthening on the ground. Good, and now taking the right foot out to the side, like a kickstand. So this is our rolling panda pose, and you can feel that you can roll a little bit more onto the back of the skull here, get a little more of this tucking and twisting action. And optionally, exploring space with the right arm or wrapping it behind the back. And stay connected to your breath, breathing steady and smooth. And reach the arm up and around, all the way up over the head. Come back around to hands and knees. And now make your way into child's pose. And coming up, and now sitting on your heels so that you can sit with your knees a little bit wide. And if this is not a comfortable way for you to sit, then you could do what we're going to do in a chair. You can do it standing up even, just some easy neck rolls and then a little bit of shoulder stretches. It doesn't really matter how you're sitting. So your chin comes down toward your chest here. And then just roll your head around to the right and all the way back and all the way around and to the front. So keep on going 5 times, nice and slow in each direction. So keep on going in this direction to the right first. 3rd circle. And the 4th time. Maybe you have a slightly different pace than me, that's fine, as long as you're feeling it all the way around. Last time. Good, and now your chin comes to your chest and roll it around the other way. You can keep your jaw nice and relaxed, your neck and your throat as you circle around. And the 3rd time around in this direction. And the last time. And chin toward the chest, and now lifting the head back up on top of the body. And making your way onto your back. Lie down on your back. And as you come down, hug both knees into your chest. And clasp your hands around your left knee. Extend your right leg forward onto the mat. Inhale your breath here, and as you exhale, lift your head up towards your knee, engaging the neck muscles a bit, engaging the core, and then take your head back down to the ground as you inhale. Good. On your exhale again, forehead toward the knee, and inhale it back. And 3rd time, exhale. Inhale it back, and now coming into a spinal twist. So you can press your elbows into the ground as you take your left foot on top of your right knee, and just scoot both hips to the left a bit, and now take this knee, cross it over into your twist. Right hand can anchor the leg toward the ground and the left arm out to the side. Knee may or may not come to the ground. It's not important if it does or doesn't. It's just about getting this nice twist in the spine. And from here, we're going to add some arm movement to it. So take your left arm, drag the fingers along the ground, up and over the head, and all the way over to the other side so that your elbow comes in toward your body and you roll your forehead onto the ground. Good, opening it up and out, tracing this shape of a rainbow, a semicircle above the head. Open the arm all the way back out to the side. And now the second time, tracing above the head, elbow comes in, forehead toward the ground, lengthening the back of the neck. And inhale, open it up and out. And bring the knee back up to the center. Straighten out your hips and your shoulders. Clasp the fingertips. Extend the legs down. Reach the arms up over the head. Inhale. And as you exhale, bend both knees into the chest. And now clasp your hands just around the right knee. Extend the left leg forward onto the mat. Inhale your breath here. And as you exhale, lift your head up, forehead toward the knee. And inhale, bring it back down. And exhale, lift up again. Inhale, back down. And third time, lift it up. Inhale, back down. And into the twist. So taking right foot on top of the knee, scoop both hips to the right, and then taking the knee over to the left side. Left hand on the knee, right arm reaching out to the right side. Feeling the twist, breathing into this twist. Take this right arm, trace the shape of a rainbow above the head and all the way over to the opposite side. Roll the forehead toward the ground, elbow toward the body. And inhale, open it all the way up and out. Back out to the side. And again, over the head. Bring the elbow in toward the belly, roll your forehead toward the ground, and inhaling, open it out, tracing that semicircle above the head, all the way out to the side. Come out of the twist, make your way into your final relaxation position, any lying down position that's comfortable on your back. Closing the eyes, coming into stillness. And feel your breath. And feel all of the energy that's been stirred and awakened in the upper body, especially in the neck and the shoulders and the upper spine. All the meridians of the upper body, perhaps buzzing or feeling warm or whatever sensations are happening inside of you right now. Being with it, breathing with it. And continuing to rest for as long as you'd like, or coming up to a seat and moving on to the next part of your day. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed this practice, and if you did, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, and check out my latest yoga video. I'll see you next time.